Hello and welcome. I generally don't do 12 noon. There is a reason I am doing this today. As we speak, I don't know the result of Ayush Shetty versus Kullavut with its son. Yes. Just now, Ayush Shetty is leading 14-9 in the decider against the world number one. Just now. Ayush lost the first game 10-21, won the second game 21-19, and is leading in the decider 14-9. I don't know whether he will win or not. None of us know that. But the point is, it is not one or the other. While we are celebrating Vaibhav Suryavanshi, and very rightly so, Vaibhav Suryavanshi has been the revolution in this IPL. While we are celebrating Mukul Chaudhary, and very rightly so, that innings of Mukul Chaudhary was an absolutely stunning one, an innings of genius. The way Vaibhav Suryavanshi has batted in this IPL has been sheer extraordinary. 78 of 28 balls, 97 of 6 overs, I have read many messages this morning which say that people are watching the IPL this year for Vaibhav. Absolutely fine. But it cannot be that you celebrate a Vaibhav Suryavanshi of 15, you celebrate a Mukul Chaudhary, you celebrate a Samir Rizvi, but you don't celebrate an Ayush Shetty just because he plays badminton. It cannot be. It cannot be. Trust me, it cannot be. In Ulaanbaatar, four of our girls won the boxing. How many news reports have you seen in the media? How many? Today, Hima Das is making a comeback at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in the athletics championships organized by the AFI. You know, list of our top athletes, including Sachin Yadav, is participating. How many news reports have you seen in the media? It is not a criticism. It is about a realization that we need to wake up to these ground realities. While we do an 8 column banner headline on Vaibhav Suryavanshi and Mukul Chaudhary, while we celebrate their families, while we celebrate how they've come up, while we celebrate every nuance of these stories, and again, rightly so, I understand that the IPL sells, a Vaibhav will sell, a Mukul will sell, but an Ayush Shetty has beaten a Li Shifeng, has beaten a Jonathan Christie, and is fighting tooth and nail with Kunlavut Wittidsan, the world number one. This is in the Badminton Asia Championship where only 7 Indians have won medals. The last one was HS Pranoy in 2018. This man is already assured of a medal having made the semi-finals. How many of us have celebrated Ayush Shetty? How many? How many of us have done that? And this has been a grouse of war. This has been a grouse of mine from day one. It cannot be. It cannot be. And by the way, he's 17-11 ahead in the decider. Folks, this is history in the making. If this man makes the final, having beaten Dishi Feng, having beaten Jonathan Christie, and if he takes down the world number one, Kunlavut Wittidsan, do you even know who Ayush Shetty is? 20-year-old. You know, for the last 12 months, the way Ayush has won some of his games, and I'm repeatedly saying this, that while we are in awe when Vaibhav Suryavanshi hits Jasprit Bumrah for a six, while we are in awe the way Jasprit Bumrah hits Vaibhav Suryavanshi hits Josh Hazelwood, while we are in awe with that six by Mukul Chaudhary over cover of Vaibhav Arora, trust me, it is in the same vein and the same measure that this country needs to and ought to celebrate an Ayush Shetty. And you know what? I do think the federations have a key role here. Have the federations really pushed their own athletes? The deal is, oh, you know what? Cricket takes the bulk of it. But then cricket has packaged it and sold its product in a manner that the media now consumes it, because the media knows that you make a headline out of a Vaibhav Suryavanshi or a Mukul Chaudhary, you are bound to get eyeballs. Your article will be noticed, people will read it, your video will be watched. There is a debate out there in the locality. But has the federation really pushed an Ayush Shetty? Have we really pushed our boxing girls who won medals in Ulaanbaatar in Mongolia? Yes, there will be an individual like a Nikhat Zareen who will put out a photograph with the bronze medal and there is traction. But have we? By the way, it's 11-18 now. It's 18-11. Until and unless something dramatic happens, nothing will stop Ayush Shetty from making the final. Badminton Asia Championship is not even being telecast. I was watching it in this Instagram account, Tap something. I think all of you are watching it there. Pavan Suresh, I think you're watching it there, or you are following it on YouTube. We are not even telecasting it in our country. We are not even telecasting the championship in our country. Geo telecasts all the BWF events, and thank God for that. But the point is, why is it? Tell me, why is it that we don't have quotes of Ayush, photographs of Ayush, press releases of Ayush bombarded to every media house? Now there are 25 PR sports companies which are headed by journalists. I can name quite a few. Wordsworth, Art Smith, etc., etc. These are superb companies. Neha Rastogi, Nandini Kumar, Udita Datta, these are all former journalists who are heading these companies. Now, if they are empowered to push these narratives, they can call out favors also. They can call and call out favors also here. By the way, 13-19 is the score at the moment. 13-19 is the score at the moment. This will be a historic moment for Indian badminton if Ayush Shetty goes on to win this one. It is incredibly important for us to understand. Freaking awesome. I understand this point that you're making, but I'm not doing a show on RR. 100% I want to celebrate Vaibhav Suryavanshi and Yashasvi Jaiswal, and you are absolutely correct. Freaking awesome. They do have some, with the lower middle order, but it is not exposed at all, and you're 100% right in saying this. But my point is a larger point today. I generally don't do 12 noon, and I don't care how many of you are receptive to this, even if 10 people are. That's good enough for me. The point that I'm absolutely hell bent in stating here is there cannot be a one or the other. Cannot be. Cannot be a Vaibhav Suryavanshi but no Ayush Shetty. Cannot be a Mukul Chaudhary but no Ayush Shetty. Cannot be. Cannot be. The IPL cannot mean that we will not celebrate other sports, or other sports don't mean that we will be bitter of cricket. It cannot be. No sporting fraternity or sporting ecosystem can thrive on that basis. By the way, it is now 15-19, so clearly it's game on. Can he go on and make history? Can he keep nerve? Can he go on and make history? Is something we will have to see in the next 10 odd minutes. But the larger point doesn't change, even if he loses from here on, which he shouldn't, even if he loses from here on, does it make the fact any less that he fought with Kun Lavut in a manner? It's 16-19, it's getting close. It is getting close. Does it take anything away from the fight of Ayush Shetty to make the Badminton Asia Championship semi-final, take down a Li Shifeng, world number 7, take down a Johnny Christie, to take Jojo out yesterday in the manner that he did? He was down game points 2018. Thereafter, he equalized with 2020, and he went on to win the game 23-21, and then he won the second game 21-17. Now, while I watch that, I absolutely watch a Vaibhav, I watch a Mukul. I enjoyed and loved. I mean, imagine the kind of aura that Vaibhav has now created. All of you know that I had said when he played that match against Pakistan that he should improve his temperament. He has. Precisely with this kind of talent, with this level of ability, with this level of potential, this man is generational. Mukul Chaudhary's innings the other night. I was reading a piece today how his father even went to jail to support Mukul Chaudhary. Now, these are great stories, but that doesn't mean that Ayush Shetty is any lesser story. Is any lesser story. Last Indian men's finalist, by the way, it's 17-20 now. Match point, but it's 17-20. Can Ayush seal the deal? He still has 3 match points in his grasp. Can Ayush Shetty seal the deal? Can he go on and win this one and close out the match? We have to wait and see what he does. But the fact of the matter is, this is an incredible effort by this 20-year-old. He is ranked world number 25. And it's done. I think it's done. I think Ayush Shetty has won against Vititsan 21-17, making the final of the Badminton Asia Championship, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it is. After Sachi in 2023, Ayush Shetty is the third ever Indian. Dinesh Khanna 1965, Satvik and Chirag. Dinesh Khanna 1965 in Lucknow, Satvik and Chirag in 2023, and now Ayush Shetty in 2026. This is incredible for Indian badminton, and that's why this show. That is precisely why we are doing this show. It is an unbelievable moment in the history of Indian badminton. You have an Indian finalist, singles finalist, after 60 years, 61 years. Dinesh Khanna last in 1965 in Lucknow, and Ayush Shetty now beating the world number one, winning the most important match of his life. And that's why I did this show. I didn't know he'll win. I was just guessing that he will put up a fight, and I wanted to make this point to one and every one of you that we must celebrate this man. While we celebrate and trends and whatever of Vaibhav Suryavanshi, nothing to take away from the genius of that guy. Nothing to take away from the extraordinary feat of Mukul Chaudhary the other night when he won that match with 7 sixes for the Lucknow Super Giants. But you have to, on the same vein, celebrate an Ayush Shetty, and that's the whole point. Historic moment for Indian badminton, and I don't know how many of us will celebrate this feat. How many of us? It is never going to be a single sport. And you know what? There are multiple of these reports that come out that, okay, cricket has 86% of the market share. Cricket has 87% of the market share, and other sports have only 12%. But even the other sports federations are responsible for creating this nonsense. Why is it that Ayush Shetty is not bombarded into my mailbox by the federation? You've got to do it. You have to market the sport. Do it. Do it. Pavan Suresh, I'm overjoyed. So am I. Why do you think I'm doing this show? Why do you think I'm doing this show? Do you think I will get the same amount of traction? I don't care. I don't give a flying F. I don't care. And that's the whole point about Indian sporting fandom. That it cannot be that you celebrate one 15-year-old because he has picked up a cricket bat. That you celebrate one Mukul Chaudhary because he's picked up a cricket bat and not a badminton racket. Not at all. That you celebrate one, a Samir Rizvi. That you celebrate a Jasprit Bumrah. I don't care, boss. You absolutely do. But this country will host the Commonwealth Games in 2030. The Commonwealth delegation was in India yesterday. They did a press conference in Delhi. They did a visit in Ahmedabad between 6th to the 8th of April. 17 sports. This country is vying to host the Olympic Games in 2036. And yet, when it comes to celebrating these extraordinary moments, Indian badminton has not had, been the best over the last couple of years. Yes, sporadic success from Lakshya Sen, from Satvik and Chirag, from Sindhu. But has there been consistent success? No. No. We did not win a medal in Paris. We got Lakshya to doing brilliantly well in the All England. But Lakshya himself will agree that the consistency is still missing. And if there is a new kid on the block who is doing extraordinarily well, why will he have this much space in a newspaper? 3 pages of sport. Even EPL will have, Arsenal winning will have this. But an Ayush Shetty will have this much space. Maybe what? One column, 200 words, not even 200 words. While there will be a 600-word piece on Mukul, an 800-word on Vaibhav, a 1,000-word on the game. Boss, come on, boss. We want to be a multi-sporting nation. Chalo, I agree that in print you have a finite. What about digital? What about digital? Why is it that we can't do more? Yesterday, for example, and I will name it, Shivani Nayak wrote a beautiful piece for Indian Express on Ayush Shetty, Vimal Kumar landing in Indonesia. for this game that morning, and also saying Irsanva was there behind Ayush for the match when he played Jonathan Christie, the local favorite. Beautiful piece by Shivani Naik. But how many? How many are part of the sports media in this country? From our platform, we have regularly covered it. How many are regularly covering the candidates? Tell me. How many are covering the journey of Vaishali Ramesh Babu? How many are covering the journey of Divya Deshmukh? How many headlines have you seen of the candidates? How many? What pushed Prague to fizzle out? What went wrong? Have you done an analysis? But we have done 2 million analysis pieces of what is going wrong with Varun Chakravarti. What is going wrong with Varun Chakravarti and Ajinkya Rahane have, we have plastered with newsprint. Plastered with newsprint and pieces and articles and this and that and videos. Why is it that we don't do it? Why and how can India ever become a multi sporting nation if we do not wake up to this? Will Ayush win? Nobody knows because he will possibly play Shiuchi. Will possibly play Shiuchi. Ayush will, and that will be one hell of a match. One knows that will be a hell of a match. It will be one of the most difficult matches of his career. There is no question that it will be one of the most difficult matches of his career uh, if he is playing Shiuchi in the final. The second match hasn't happened. Let me tell you, Chuti and Chen versus Shiuchi at 3 o'clock. So we have to wait and see who makes the final, whether it is Shiuchi or it is CTC. But just the journey to be able to come into the Badminton Asia Championship, one of the better ones, with top players playing Li Shifeng, Shi Yuqi, Kodai Naraoka, Chao Tianchen, all of them, Kunlavut Vitidsan, and then to be able to make the final in an Asian Games year. This is an extraordinary stroke of achievement from Ayush Shetty, and we must celebrate this. There's no debate. There is absolutely no debate that this achievement needs to be celebrated as much as a Vaibhav Suryavanshi or a Mukul Chaudhary. We will do that. We will absolutely do that. Can there be more from the media? Can there be more from these respective federations? Can they think beyond the box and try and market their products more and not live in this limbo that and this negativity that cricket has run away with it? I don't know the answers to this, but I can tell you this, that we at Rev Sports will have two representatives at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium, Abhishek Mishra and Gargi Raut, to cover the athletics competition. We will have multiple people at the Commonwealth Games. We will have multiple people at the Asian Games. We will try and do as much as we can on Ayush Shetty, just as much as we are doing for cricket, and we will. The mission is multi-sport. The mission is to get Indian sport where it is. The mission is to support the growth of Indian sport in the most holistic manner. So we have our representative in Chennai for covering the ISL where East Bengal is playing. Shomnath is already there in Chennai to cover the East Bengal game. We have representatives in Delhi to cover the athletics. So whether or not we have the resources as much as some of the mainstream media houses, you cannot have that kind of resource. But the truth is, we will be there. We will be there for Indian sport. I don't care for these trolls. I don't give two cents to them. None of them have anything to offer to Indian sport. There are multiple of these media organizations which only do sensationalist nonsense, masquerade as journalists with zero contribution to Indian sport. That's what it is. In our case, let them do what they are. In our small way, our humble way, in whatever manner we can, we will try and do the best we can for Indian sport in the manner, in the most holistic manner. That's why I did this show. I generally don't do 12 noon, but I thought I might as well come because the game was on, and as luck would have it, Ayush went on to win that match. Absolutely mind blowingly superb. So well done to Ayush Shetty. Well done to everybody, Pavan, Suresh, your ilk. More power to you, my friends, more power. And let's contribute to Indian sport in a manner that allows for holistic growth. So, no Vaibhav, Mukul, or Ayush. Always Vaibhav, Mukul, and Ayush. Tomorrow, when Ayush Shetty plays that final against CTC, I know there is an RCB versus MI game. I know Shomik Chakraborty will be at the ground for that game, but our focus on Ayush Shetty will be no less. That's the whole deal. That is the whole point of doing sports journalism. This is not cricket or IPL journalism that we are talking about. And I think that's precisely where we will want to make a difference in this country. It will not happen overnight. I'm conscious of that. I'm absolutely conscious of that. But the quest will continue, the mission will continue, the zeal will continue, and that's what it is. You remember Rousseau? Even if one person watches, that's the mission. One convert tells a story, one will become many. Thank you very much for watching.